I'm Richard Clarke. In this video, I offer comments on Ramana Maharshi's 40 Verses on Reality, drawn from years of practice. Together, we explore the depths of Ramana's teachings on self-realization and liberation. This week's reading from 40 Verses on Reality is verse 12. That alone is true knowledge, which is neither knowledge nor ignorance. What is known is not true knowledge. Since the self shines with nothing else to know or to make known, it alone is knowledge. It is not a void. Knowledge and ignorance are both for the mind. Ramana is talking about what knows the mind, what illuminates, lights up the mind. Who or what knows the mind? What is the source of the light of your own consciousness? Does it need another source of light to know? Or is it illuminated by its own light, self-effulgent? Knowledge of your own existence is true knowledge. So-called knowledge from the mind is indirect knowledge. In true knowledge there are no divisions such as ignorance and knowledge. True knowledge is non-dual, without pairs of opposites. What is known by the mind are objects, physical and mental, gross and subtle. The mind's sensory knowledge is indirect, moderated by the senses, forming an image in the mind. What is known through the mind is indirect and filtered. It is shaped by desires, fears, and conditionings. What is known by the mind always is centered on the I thought, the imaginary character that we assume ourselves to be. The mind is indirect since it does not know itself. The mind does not provide its own light of consciousness. Rather, it reflects the self-effulgent light, which is who you are. This self-effulgent light is what illuminates everything, including the mind. Mental knowledge is all relative, based on its relationship with this imagined person. This is not true knowledge. True knowledge never changes. It is knowledge of your existence, knowledge of the self. It is self-known. There is no other light. That is why my teacher Nomi says, only the self can know the self. Ramana ends with, it is not a void. It is not void since it is filled with consciousness. If you see or feel a void, emptiness, or blankness, this is known. Who is the knower? This knower is not a void. The Buddhists say this too, declaring empty, but not void. Now some notes for practice. You know that you exist. By what light do you know in the waking state? What about when you're dreaming? Who is the unknown knower of all that is known? Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this Ramana Maharshi video, subscribe, like, and send me a comment.